Story 1. Why do guys continue to get involved with guys out of state? I have a few friends who do this constantly. Start talking to a guy online, app from another state. Why? Of course, they end up traveling to hook up with them. The other guy might return the favor, then get into a long-distance relationship, only to months, or years, down the line realize that neither one of them is going to relocate for the other and then break up. I even had my roommate move to another state for someone he barely knew. They lived together for almost a year before it all fell apart. What is the point? My best thought is never even entertain the thought of talking to someone in another state or country. My other friend is dating someone in Australia. Unless you are 100% willing to move for them, whether it will ever happen or they will move to you, you have to be willing yourself to do it. I am just tired of picking up the pieces when they are devastated that they are stuck in this impossible relationship and or it breaks up because of the distance. Just don't do it to being with. Comment 1. Well, our dating pool is small. Probably even smaller if your state is more rural. Sometimes these relationships work out, other times it doesn't, and that is true for regular relationships. It's not your job to pick up the pieces, but I honestly don't see how consoling a friend after a breakup would be any different were it a non-long distance relationship. Comment 2. Some people are okay with long distance relationships. I personally am not, so I do the same as you. There's a guy who lives very far away and we've agreed it's not possible for us, so we have been friends. Yesterday I found out he's dating someone here where I live. So it's a double-edged sword either way. Comment 3. Literally majority of the men that I talk to are from out of state. Gays are fascinated by going for things that aren't attainable, at their fingertips. Sadly, some of us would probably go for people nearby if the people nearby weren't terrified of having local connections, fear of commitment, or freaking it up and seeing those people out, etc. But I have met some amazing guys from around the globe. I personally think if I ever do find someone long-term, it will be someone from another state or country. Comment 4. Sometimes you form a connection with someone without even expecting it and things take off. Last year, I went on a cruise around the islands of Hawaii with a friend. We live in the mid-Atlantic. I was on Tinder while I was there, just seeing who is around, connected with a few guys, even went on a date with one of them, and returned home thinking nothing would come of any of it. But one of the connections I made started texting me every day. It eventually escalated to daily phone calls and FaceTime calls for 5 months straight. There may have been a few days in there where we couldn't touch base, but for the most part we made it work in spite of the time difference in our schedules. We decided to finally meet in person and actually made it happen. Met in Vegas since it is the halfway point for us and spent 5 days together. It was one of the nicest trips I'd taken in a long time. But unfortunately, things didn't pan out like I was hoping. When we were leaving, I asked what the next steps were and he just wanted to keep talking. I called him out on that and he admitted the distance was getting to him, but that he did still hope it would go somewhere. We did continue to call FT for a while when we got back, but eventually he stopped putting in the effort in January and it ended. I'm telling you all of this because I was not looking for anything at all other than some chatting and maybe a hookup at most when I was in Hawaii. Yet all of that ended up happening. Sometimes you just never know, man. Shrugging, although your friends do sound like they are a little immature when it comes to this. It's not up to you to pick up the pieces. I didn't put any of my sadness over it ending on anyone except my therapist, who taught me healthy outlets to deal with it. Story 2. Considering going to a gay club. I recently moved into one of the largest cities in the Midwest and there is a club near me that has 18+ nights. I am 18 and in college. I've never been to any club scene and I'm not a super social person. I've never even been out to anyone. So do you think I should go, and what should I look out for? I'm a masculine, dom, top, so I'm not worried about physical protection or anything like that. Any tips or stories would be appreciated. Comment 1. Just remember that you can always leave if you don't like it, and maybe don't leave your drink unattended. But I'd recommend trying to find someone to go with. Usually more fun smiley face. Though I'm sure you can meet people at the club too. Comment 2. Get there a bit early so you can get a feel of the place, don't get drunk and keep an eye on your drink. Smile and put your phone away. Place yourself somewhere where it's easy to approach you, if some of the more good but shy guys want to chat with you. Don't feel obligated to keep talking to anyone with bad energy. If you like dancing, then go out and swing your hips to the beats. Don't have crazy high expectations for your first time there. I think your success criteria should be getting to the place and staying there for a few hours. If anything else happens, cool. Have fun smiley face. Comment 3. If you have social media, see if the bar has a social media account. Usually they will share events they will have and then attend an event you may be interested in. Maybe you can connect with people with the same interests as you. It's very often too. See, different bars offer nights for different niches like gamers, bears, sporty gays, steak night, drag shows, singles nights, etc. And as one person mentioned, if you don't feel comfortable, you can always leave. Comment 4. Go. It's a great way to get a feel for the community and put yourself out there. When I finally started to come out, I would go to a popular bar every Friday night and just sit and people watch, say hi, here and there, and finally got into some great conversations and lasting friendships. Now, even in a relationship, we go to the same bar every week and have a great friend network with regulars and the staff. If it's Minneapolis, I can make some educated suggestions.